Welcome back to bestbeginnerguitarlessons.com. I'm Sam, and today I just wanted to visit with you and talk about the guitar care and maintenance of your guitar. What you need to know about taking care of the guitar, and how vulnerable the guitar is to different types of weather. First thing I would like to talk about is clean and polish your guitar on a regular basis. When you get through playing, the best thing to do is take a rag and wipe down the strings, because the oil and the sweat and the grit on your hands transfers to the strings, and that gets into the grooves of the strings and can make the strings go dead a lot sooner than they need to be. So once you get through practicing, just take a dry cloth, a lint-free type cloth, and just rub your strings down just like that, back and forth. Even may take the cloth and take one end of the cloth, wrap it around the string, do each string individually. Keeping those strings clean will make them last a whole lot longer. Another thing I want to talk about is what heat and cold. Extreme heat and cold is an enemy to any guitar. The guitar is very vulnerable to any kind of extreme heat or extreme cold, from one to the other, because the wood swells and contracts, and when it does that, it can cause some major problems with the top of your guitar warping, or your neck warping, or even sometimes the joints where the neck joins the body on an acoustic guitar, that could actually come unglued, or the top comes unglued. Extreme heat and cold, you want to avoid those conditions altogether, because they would just destroy a guitar. I once had a student who was coming to guitar lessons that day, but worked and took her guitar and put it in her trunk, went to work, and when she came to guitar lessons, when she opened her trunk, the guitar had come completely apart. The top was loose, the back was loose, the neck was not loose, but it was kind of bent cockeyed. The heat just totally destroyed the guitar. And it will do that on any acoustic guitar. Now, electric guitar is not as vulnerable, a solid body electric like the one here next to me, because it doesn't have the thickness like the acoustic guitar. It's built totally different. An acoustic guitar, of course, is hollow inside, so they're not susceptible as much to extreme heat and cold, but they too will have a problem with their neck and etc. So again, try to avoid heat and cold altogether. If you have a guitar shipped to you, say from the northeast or the northwest, somewhere where it's colder or cooler most of the time, and it comes down to our area where I am. I'm in southwest Louisiana. When they ship from up north and they come down to the southern Louisiana area, climate's so different, and it's always best. One thing most people don't realize, but when the guitar gets to you, if you're in the southern part of the United States, let it sit in the box. Don't open it up right away. Let it sit for 24 hours. Then open the box. That allows the guitar to adjust to the climate as it was coming down from the north to the south. Once it sits for 24 hours, should be able to open it and won't have any problem whatsoever. Again, if you can avoid exposing your guitar to extreme heat or cold, a lot of people take their guitars out around the campfire playing at picnics and that sort of thing, and they leave the guitars laying on the ground sometimes. Not good, because what happens is, especially late in the afternoon, the moisture will build up, and again, you can have the same type problem. The guitar responds to that moisture, and the thing about it again is it makes the wood swell, and it starts taking in that moisture, and then when it starts drying out, it will go back to original shape, and it causes cracks in the wood. Again, problems with the wood warping, problems with your neck warping. So avoid those type of situations if at all possible. But if you do take your guitar outside, playing with some friends or campground, campfire, whatever, just try to avoid leaving your guitar exposed again to the elements. Another thing that you can do to protect your guitar is when you're playing, let's say you do not have a guitar case to protect your guitar. So when you finish playing, don't lay your guitar down on a couch or a bed, anywhere someone can get to it. Maybe you have a small child in the house. Push your guitar off, and of course that would be bad. It'd cause a big hole in the guitar, no telling what else. So try not to put your guitar where other people can get to it, or an accident can happen. When you finish playing, the best thing to do is take your guitar and put it in the corner with the strings facing in the corner. And the reason for that is the machine heads will not be touching the wall, so it won't cause your guitar to get out of tune. If you put it in the corner with the machine heads touching the wall, it could very easily be out of tune, and you'll be constantly tuning your guitar every time you sit down to play. So just keep that in mind. Something to consider. Again, I would like to ask you that if you would, as you progress through the lessons, keep in touch with me. All you have to do is send me an email, click the link at the newsletter link above on my homepage, fill in the information, let me know how you're doing, or let me know if you're having any kind of problems. I'm here to help. So I want you to learn how to play guitar, and I will do everything I can to help you get through any kind of problems you have as you proceed in learning. We're getting real close to starting our first chords and strum patterns on the guitar. I know you're excited, and I can't wait. One final thing I want to mention that I failed to mention in my last video. If you start having trouble with finger soreness, and most of you will, I did when I first started, and most everyone else has the same problem. There is something that will help. It won't take the soreness completely away, but it will definitely help you. It's called finger ease, and this is it. It comes in a little small spray bottle, and what you do, you just take it and spray up and down lightly on your strings. And you can spray on the back of the neck also. After you spray on the back of the neck, take your rag and wipe it off. And what that does, it makes the neck nice and clean and smooth. When you spray on the strings on the front, again, spray it on, and just kind of a light cloth, just take it across the top, get the excess off. Don't rub it all off, but just light cloth just to get the excess off. Then, another good tip that a lot of players use, a lot of professionals use, is take the finger ease, spray just a little bit on the tips of your fingers. It will reduce the soreness. Like I say, it won't do away with the soreness, but it will reduce the soreness. So, again, there's a lot of different things out there, a lot of little gadgets, and but this is one that really does work. It's called finger ease, and you can get it in most any music store, any guitar shop locally that carries guitars. Again, we're getting ready to get into our chords, and I'm ready to get started, and I know you're ready to get started. It's going to be a wonderful time, and I know you're going to enjoy the lessons. And again, if you need me, I'm as close as an email, and I will personally respond to any and all emails. So let's get on to the next lesson.